What's going on YouTube and cryptocurrency family? My name is Harry and I'm the Crypto Vet. Thank you for tuning back in. We got some big things happening today. Bitcoin is testing 53,000 and it looks like as I'm recording this, it is going up from here. So we'll potentially hit our price target of around 54K, but we'll go over that here in the charts in a minute. If you haven't already, please follow me on Twitter at XRP Veterinarian, where I'll post random charts, funny things that I find, and you can stay posted on how I'm doing with the trading account. Also, the links for the Discord and Twitch will be down below, and I will be streaming on Twitch after I get this video up, so most likely around 10 to 11 Central Standard Time, since I am in Texas. So let's go ahead and get started here on CoinMarketCap. Bitcoin right now, again, 53,000 up. Ethereum, again, testing for new all-time highs, and the big thing today is Binance Coin is now number 3 on as far as total market cap goes. That went ahead and displaced Tether. Bullshit, right? Polkadot, Cardano, and XRP now at 5, 6, and 7. Also, Litecoin moving up. It is now at 8. But let's see what the biggest movers are today. Golem, one of the ones that I do like, is now number 1 as far as biggest gainers, up to about a nickel, up 144% in the week. And we got things like PancakeSwap, Binance Coin, all of these things moving like crazy. As far as the biggest losers, your shopping list for where you should be purchasing cryptos. Over here, we have things like Quantum, Aave, Elrond Gold. So lots of stuff, but they are only down 7 to 10% compared to their 7-day correction or 7-day pumps of 60 to 100%. So but let's go ahead and get started here on Bitcoin. So I have Bitcoin right now on the 4-hourly, and we've been following some patterns here, and as we see, we thought we were going to break out about, I don't know, a few days ago, and we sort of had a little bit of dip, and now we are continuing on our way up here. As far as on the daily, if we zoom out just a tad, let me take off this tool here just so we can get some plain view here. We had our first pump up where we set the all-time high of 42,000, and then we dropped down, found support on the 20 daily exponential moving average. We started to look like we were going to correct down to maybe potentially the actual 20 weekly exponential moving average. However, we were bought back up. The bulls are obviously in control. This is a bull market, and we formed like maybe it was going to be like a little cup and handle, maybe still is a little cup and handle here, but we are now on our uptrend moving up. So let's go ahead and zoom in and see what it looks like as we get close. So I'll go ahead and throw on some fibs, and I know there's a lot of lines here, but we're going to dissect this out here. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this one. And these are the different patterns that we've been following in progression of Bitcoin breaking to potentially set new all-time highs and hit our 54K price target. We were in this little pennant formation. Originally, we were in just this bull flag here, which we did drop to the downside, confirming new support, bounce up again down to the point of control on the VPVR. We did a little bit of finagling here, but now we could see that we got above this resistance, came up, confirmed it as support, and now we're breaking out again. And if we zoom in even more, we can go into, say, like the 15-minute, which I've been tracking here this morning, and we had a little pennant formation down here where we broke to the upside. Measured move of this brought us above this other top resistance here, and they're drawn kind of harshly right now just because I was trying to show the video this morning as we were breaking out, which we are doing now, and we are now breaking up to the upside. Now, does this mean we're still going to go up or does this mean we're going to come back down and crashing here soon? We don't know yet. We're still right in the middle. So to kind of get an idea of where we can go from here, we can use things like the trend-based fib extension. So just for this, say, pattern here, we can go back to where we started from the first breakout, which will just go right from when Elon Musk decided to tell us about Bitcoin. We can come up to the high we had before we started the pattern, and then we can go down to the low. So now, if we zoom in, we can see a lot of things lining up. So the first thing we're going to have is the 53,836. That's going to be where, if I was trading right now, I would be trying to get out of a long position. However, this is Bitcoin, and it decides to just shoot up and keep going up. If we zoom all the way out, we could see that we have, we'll have to go to the daily here to see this one. If we zoom all the way out, we are coming up right now to the 1 fib as far as a fib extension from the original start when we were way back down at around 10K. So we're getting really close to being in overbought territory. So at this point, if we were to reach our price target, I would be exiting a trade. I'm currently not in any Bitcoin trades. I'm just helping out for individuals in the Discord who are really interested in this, as well as anybody who just watches my videos for advice. Again, I'm just a doctor/idiot. This is not financial advice. I just like trading cryptocurrencies, and I've now got to the point where I can make a living off of it. So other things that we could see is if we just extend this out, since we have 2 points, you can make anything up you want as far as charts go. It's trying to find the pattern and being on the winning side of whether it's the buyers or the sellers, right? So as far as where to go from here, I'm looking at 53,848 as well as 54,266 as where my exit points would be. After that, we could see quite a hell of a correction on Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is Bitcoin, so take that with a grain of salt. So we'll see where this goes and as far as today, and I will be going over it live as we go through stuff on Twitch later today. By request, I was asked to go over Cardano, which is another cryptocurrency that I really like. I like Charles Hoskinson, his whole platform and everything that he's going for. He is one of the original either co-creator, co-founder of Ethereum, along with Vitalik Buterin. So, very, very knowledgeable guy, very down to earth, and I think he's got a good ideas as far as what the project's going to do. So I bought in at Cardano at less than a dime. I think it was like 7 or 8 cents, and I've just been holding ever since, and I plan on continuing to hold. So I don't plan on selling any time, but I know a lot of people are asking me for good buy-ins. Well, I think right now is a very good buy-in still. I know that it has pumped a lot. So we've gone up from 17 cents up to where we are now, and let's just see how much that is. We've gone up, damn, 658% since when I bought it, and now we're trying to decide, is it overbought? Is it going to still continue going up? Where to go from here? Well, in the short term, I think it still has a lot of room to go. In the long term, way, way higher goals than just $1 per coin here. But if we start looking into the charts as of right now, we can see that we've been following the 20 daily exponential moving average. And I like to use this just as a trend because that's how I used it on Bitcoin. And when you move it along between other cryptos and all that, it tends to be a very, very good indicator of if we're above it, if we're doing good, if we're below it, we're not doing good. So by using this here, we can see that we're finding good bounces as we go up and up in price. Here I thought we would at least correct down a little bit to the weekly, however we did not, and with all the news coming out and more people FOMOing in at this point, we start to see some unique trends, and I'll go ahead and display that here. We have a reverse head and shoulders pattern that is beautifully displayed here, and right now we are getting close to deciding if we can break the neckline. If we were to break the neckline, this could put us up to around $1.20, $1.25-ish range. And if we again use a trend-based fib extension here, we can see that that is right at the golden pocket. And if enough people try to buy into this, we could overshoot this very easily and do a very simple move. Let me find where's my ABCD thing. Here we go. We just do, something like this, right? Oops, I drew the wrong one. But you get the idea. We're just going to come up, down, and then we can go up again. And if we just did the same little measured move that we did from here to here, clone it, duplicate it, go up to there, we could be seeing $150 or $1.57, $1.60 Cardano here, by around the beginning of March. So just something to look out for. Again, this doesn't mean just because we see this pattern it is going to break up. We have to get above the neckline, confirm that, and then but as of right now, the likelihood is higher to go up than it is to go down. So something to keep an eye on. As far as Ethereum goes, we're kind of following Bitcoin right now. We haven't broken away, but this is the main trend line I've been watching for Ethereum. And when we get rejected here, we come down to test the daily, which has had 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5, almost 6 here. And then whenever we're above it, we fight to get higher, and it just slowly inches its way to new highs. So as of right now, if we were to break below this trend line in any way, that is when I would suggest that we would most likely be heading to the downside. And you can draw this in a couple different ways. And if we draw it like this, it shows that we're not above it yet, and that we could potentially move up to around $2,000, $2,050. But when I draw it down here, we have a lot more confirmations, a lot more candle body touches, and let's see, yep, there. And we could see that we have above a little bit, below, and when zoomed in, it looks a lot more promising. So as of right now, I'm just waiting to see if we can get above or stay above this or go below before I would enter any trades. I had a long in from, I think it was about 1730, I believe, and I actually got out of it at this line, so 1867, just because you don't know, and I like to lock in gains, because if it goes up and I have Ethereum in my wallet, my Ethereum's going up. It doesn't have to be in a trade to make me money. So that's going to be it there for Ethereum. And if we go ahead and take a look at XRP, XRP did have a little bit of a pump to the upside here, and it looks like it's being sold back down very, very quickly. But for XRP, we've formed this new pattern where we jumped all the way up, came down, formed a symmetrical triangle. We broke out of the symmetrical triangle, hit our price target exactly, and then we started to fall down, and we have either what's potentially a little bit of a falling wedge here, or bull flag, however you want to pen it, whatever pattern you want to fill it, but we are still in what's a bullish pattern here. And if we were to say just do a quick little measured move of this here and a break to the upside, let's go from the confirmation, just because I like that better. That puts us exactly back to where we were before, which is kind of telling me that this ascending triangle here, this large pattern, is most likely where we're in now. I have another line drawn right here, just because this is where we had big resistance there. We had resistance here as we were on our climb to the upside. So we could say that if we can get above around the 57.70 point on XRP, we may see this actual breakout continue and actually hold support here. Now, for where do we go from here? Well, in a lot of my other videos, I said we would probably bounce around in here, and at some point we'd either break to the downside or the upside, most likely depending on what Bitcoin does. Since I do think we're going to have a correction on Bitcoin soon, if XRP doesn't beat Bitcoin, I think we're going to come down. So my targets for how far we can come down are going to just vary on how bad how bad Bitcoin does. So my most likely scenario to the downside would be probably somewhere to around the 35-36 cents, where XRP likes to form these little descending triangles, form a flat line, and then actually break to the upside, even though descending triangles typically break to the downside. I think it just does that because there's only so low that XRP can go before everybody just decides that's a good enough price. And right now, 30 cents is that very, very strong point based off of all market structure for at least the past 2 or 3 years here, right? So that's my guess, is if Bitcoin does correct and we all go down, or if XRP decides to break to the downside on its own. Oops. Like I said, and as far as if that does not hold, we would also potentially get as low as around 27 to 29 cents, which is where the VPVR is, the point of control, as well as the 29-30 cent range, where we've had lots and lots of support, all the way back into when we had this little Wyckoff accumulation at the bottom after the SEC bad news. So we're going to keep watching that. If we were to zoom in here on XRP, we can see that we are finding good support on these lines here. So this orange line that I've drawn there is represented here in 2 different ways, and I can zoom out just to show you. I was trying to make this video a little bit shorter, but we'll go ahead and just show it just for all the peeps who hang out till the end. So if we get rid of this here, we can see there's that orange line of support, which is now green on this chart. We had this descending channel here. We broke out of the descending channel, got back above support. So there's a higher likelihood, in my opinion, that we will at least come back up to retest 63-64 cents. And at that point, if XRP does what XRP does, we will go parabolic and then get sold off like a motherfucker right after that. But you know, that can be a good opportunity for a trade. I still do have my little fiat dump truck waiting in the back for that 27 cents. I have enough XRP as it is, so I don't really care if it doesn't go down to that, but if it does, that's the easiest way for me to make gains, because XRP will prevail in the future, in my opinion. But right now we just got to wait for all the bad news and other shit to, you know, kind of pan out here in the long run. So that is going to do it for this video here. If you want to see my trades live, again, come watch me here on Twitch here shortly. We're currently up around 900 bucks so far today. This trade here is not looking the best right now, but you know, you got to give it time. You know, we came up, we're forming a nice W here. We came down, bought up really fast. This is why I use lower leverage. My liquidation is at 51.83. You know, that's a little bit of a ways down before I would have to really worry about anything. And that's still low, right at where the lowest wick was around 2 or 3 days ago. So depending on how things were, you know, I could always exit that position and reevaluate at that time. But so far we are up to 21,000 XRP. We started this account with $6,000, so about 550 that we sold Ethereum for into XRP, and now we're trading it up, so we've over doubled the account. I did take some big losses when everything did plummet here. I think I lost about 4 or 5K just because I guess for some reason my stop loss did not fully fill at the place it was supposed to, so I ended up having to take even more losses lower. But that's what gets you with trading. So, but we're still on our way. We've already still doubled the account in a week and a half. So the goal is to get to 100K by the end of the month. But if that doesn't happen, we're still going to just slowly get profits as we go. But all right, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one.